Okay, it's 4 o'clock. As I said, my name's Karen Guido. I'm the Group HE Quality Manager for Chichester College Group. I'm joined in the session this afternoon by Leanne Grogan, who is our Higher Education Progression Coach. And we've also got our school liaison team here with us to support us today, Holly, Rachel and Sharon. We're really pleased to have this opportunity to discuss a range of HE courses and the support that's available to our students at the Chichester College Group. We do want to make the session as interactive as possible, so we are going to ask you a couple of questions as we go through the presentation. And please, if you have any questions as we go through, if you just pop them in the Q&A box, we'll answer some of them as we go through, but there will be an opportunity at the end for a question and answer session. If you do have any technical difficulties, just make sure that you pop those in the chat and the team will try and sort those out for you. So I just really wanted to, I just wanted to let you know that the session is being recorded today as well. So just to start, we just wanted to show you a short video to just give you a flavour of the courses and some of the activities that go on across the group with our HE students. Okay, so I hope that sort of gave you a flavour of how diverse we are as a group, both in terms of the colleges within the group, our students and the courses that we offer. So before we sort of start with the presentation, I just really wanted to get a feel for you about the topics that you're hoping to hear about today. Is there anything in particular that you want to find out? And also, if you can just put some comments in the chat about how we can support you and your students, and any questions or queries that you've got around the support that we can offer. So first of all, I just wanted to explain the colleges that are within our group. So as a group, we have a range of college or locations throughout West Sussex. So Chichester College, it based at Chichester, obviously. We've got Brinsbury College, which is our sort of land-based agricultural horticultural college, Crawley College and Worthing College. Those 4 colleges are the locations where we offer our HE courses. Haywards Heath is our latest acquisition, and we don't currently offer HE courses at Haywards Heath College. And really, just to sort of show you the outstanding nature of our college, last March we had Ofsted, who rated our college as outstanding, and we've also got silver in the Teaching and Excellent framework for the quality of teaching and learning in our HE courses. So in terms of the support that we can offer you, or the students rather, I really just wanted to talk about what the benefits are for students of studying a higher education qualification within the Chichester College Group. So first of all, we're quite a small provision of HE, so we do have smaller class sizes, which means that we can offer more contact hours for the students, which means that they are able to access individualised support and they really get to know their HE lecturers. We have 2 HE coaches across the group, so their role is pastoral support, so they're like student tutors, and they have a one-to-one session with all of our higher education students 3 times a year. But they're not only there in terms of how they're progressing on their courses, they're also there to support students with any needs that they might have. So if they're feeling a little bit anxious, or they're feeling stressed out, or there's they're having financial difficulties, our HE coaches can signpost signpost them to support both within the college, but also to external support that they might be able to access. So we do have a wraparound support, both academic and pastoral, for our HE students. We have a very experienced learning support team who can provide students that have a disability or have a specific learning need. We can either offer in-class support, so that could be one-to-one support with one of the additional learning support staff, or it could be access to software that they might need, assistive technologies, or any hardware that they may need in order to access their course materials. We also offer financial support. So through our student experience team, we have a hardship fund that can be distributed. Students would need to apply for the learning support grant. We also offer assistance with things like travel arrangements if students are having difficulty getting into college. And the last point I really wanted to make is most of our courses are very are vocational, they're skills based. So therefore, we're very career focused. Most of our lecturers have significant amount of experience within the industries that they're covered by their curriculum area, and we have really strong links with employers, so we can offer that really vocational, skills-based, employer-led qualifications for our students. So before I talk about the types of qualifications that we offer, I just really wanted to find out from you what you know about the types of qualifications. So as you can see from the diagram on this slide, we do offer a range of different qualifications, and there are sort of different ladders of qualifications that students can experience. So really, I'd just like to get a feel for what you know about the differences between those types of qualifications, and sort of start thinking about what type of student would you recommend this option to, as I sort of go through the different qualifications. And then finally, do you know anything about our fees and how they compare to the fees that an undergraduate degree might cost at a local university? So students obviously access our higher education courses if they have a level 3 qualification, so that can be A levels, T levels, the new T levels, or a BTEC national diploma. We also accept students from access to higher education courses, and we actually deliver a range of access to higher education courses so that students can get the level 3 qualification that they need to access a higher education course. And then in terms of the HE courses that we offer, so really they fall into 3 main categories. We do the Pearson's Higher Nationals. We deliver foundation degrees, which are awarded by local higher education institutions. So we currently work with Portsmouth University and Chichester University. And then finally, we offer opportunities both at the college and through higher education providers for students to top up to a full undergraduate degree. So if I just quickly talk through sort of some of the differences. So the higher nationals are vocational qualifications. They're validated by Pearson's. So if you know about BTEC higher nationals, they're similar qualifications. So we deliver a range of different ones. You can either do a 1-year higher national certificate, so that's the first year of an undergraduate degree. Then you can go on and study a higher national diploma. So some of our courses, you can come out with a higher national certificate, whereas others you enroll on the full higher national diploma, which is the equivalent of the second year of a degree. So it's a higher education diploma or the higher national diploma. And these are highly regarded by employers and can lead directly to employment within an industry such as engineering. The second types of qualifications that we offer within the group are what are called foundation degrees. And these are developed in collaboration with higher education institutions, and they're bespoke qualifications. So Leanne in a minute is going to talk to you about 2 of our sort of newly developed foundation degrees. And these are really exciting and meet the immediate needs of the local employers in terms of the skills that they really need at the moment. And then finally, we have our top-up degrees. So we do offer a number of top-up degrees, again, in collaboration with local higher education institutions. And these are the final year of a degree, and our students come out either with a BA Honours or a BSc Honours. Or alternatively, if we don't offer the top-up degrees, then students can go to a university of their choice, and they will be awarded a degree from that university. And then finally, I just quickly want to talk, I know we're here to talk about higher education, but we do offer degree and higher apprenticeships within the group. So this is an alternative route for students to go on if they want to work at the same time as getting their qualification. And we do offer those in some professional areas such as human resources. Okay, so I just now want to show, another short video which talks about the benefits of studying an HNC or an HND.
Hi, my name is Constanza and I work at Pearson. We asked our students from all over the world, why take a BTEC Higher National course?
I wake up every day knowing that I'm going to college to do what I love.
The BTEC HNC has helped me in ways that I don't think even I imagined it would help.
The course is really practical and offers opportunities for valuable work experience as well as a recognised qualification.
By the time I finish this course, I'll have the knowledge, practice and enthusiasm to get into the real professional world.
One, you become the best graphic designer that you can be, and two, you become a critical thinker.
It's an industry recognised qualification.
I'm surrounded by people that love what they're doing.
I honestly believe that opting for HND Fashion and Textile was one of my best choices ever made.
And enjoy learning BTEC Higher National because
I'm pushed in a way that I've never been before.
it's a vocational skill which include both practical skill and academic skill.
As the course teaches you to work to professional industry standards, you can see why employers love HNC and HND qualifications too.
Since I came here, I have got a job, and I don't think I'd been able to do it without this amazing opportunity.
I've chosen BTEC because the opportunities are endless.
HND, real skills, real experience, real qualifications.
Okay, so now I'm going to hand over to my colleague Leanne, who's just going to talk to you and give you an overview of, or a flavour of the courses that we actually deliver at our different colleges.
Thank you, Karen. Rachel, at this stage, do we have any questions?
So we do have a couple of questions, I think, just touching back on what Karen was talking about. So some of them are relating to the fees and the finance. So where would schools direct their students to get support for the student finance? Where would they go? Is that an email? Do they have to pop into the college?
Sorry, do you mean support in terms of how to apply for student finance or our own support that we can offer?
Applying for student finance.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we can definitely help students with the whole process. Most of our students who come to us tend to apply for student finance directly with Student Finance England. It's an online application, tends to open around this time of year each year. It has literally just opened now for people starting higher education courses in September. We do run workshops and sessions on all things related to student finance, so they can definitely contact us if they wanted us to offer some one-to-one support, or if they wanted us to run a workshop, particularly on how to apply for finance. But yeah, we can certainly help with that.
That's perfect. And also just touching on that subject again, kind of looking at the benefits of coming to college at CCG or going off to university. What's the difference in fees? Is there any differences?
Yeah, our fees tend to be cheaper, so we're pleased to say that really. On average, our fees are around, for our level 4 and level 5 qualifications, they're around £3,000 less a year than you pay at university. So our foundation degrees range from £5,500 a year to £6,500 for a high national diploma. The only one that's more similar to university costs are our 2 top-ups. Because it's the universities we're working in partnership, we have to honour their fees. So they do tend to be a similar price to university, but our other HE is generally around £3,000 less a year.
That's great, thank you. And just one more before you go on, if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
I have put on the link for the prospectus in the chat, but are there any other resources that you can provide schools with?
Yeah, we've got some external facing resources they can access. So we have a careers team called Progression Plus, and each of our campuses has a dedicated team, but all of our resources related to careers and progression and next steps, they're all kind of public facing. So we can certainly send you those resources individually, or we can give you access to all of the online resources. So I'm not sure if you're able to pop something in the chat. We're running a HE week this week, actually, and we've just created a brand new HE week page, which again, we can just give you direct access to, and everything you need should be on there.
That's great. Thanks, Leanne. I'll hand back over to you with the presentation.
You're welcome. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Karen, for before. I think something that Karen and I and the rest of the HE team is really keen to do is to really try and raise awareness that you don't have to go to a university to study a higher education course. Now there's around 240 colleges in the UK that offer these university level courses, and something else we're really trying to work hard on to raise awareness of is when we talk to parents and students, they don't always know what a HNC, a HND or a foundation degree is, and they're not always familiar with what they are in comparison to a degree or their value to employers. So this is kind of something we're really trying to develop and work on. At the Chichester College Group, as Karen mentioned, we now have 30 different university level courses at 4 of our campuses. I'm just going to give you a brief summary of the types of courses we offer at each campus. Full details of all of the courses are in our prospectus, they're on our websites, and they're also on UCAS. So I'll just start by explaining a little bit about our Brinsbury campus. So if I can have the next slide, please, Sharon, thank you. So our Brinsbury campus is our land-based campus, and our horticulture and our animal management courses are taught here. In September, we're really excited because we're launching a brand new foundation degree in sustainable food production. And as Karen mentioned, all of our courses are industry-led, and this particular course is in response to feedback from local growers and the local industry. And we've developed this with our own team at Brinsbury and also with the University of Chichester. So for that brand new qualification, they'll get their award from the University of Chichester, but they'll come to the Brinsbury campus for their lessons and their support. And we're also in the process of developing a brand new qualification in furniture manufacturing, again, which is led by the needs in the local industry. For our Chichester campus, we've got a wide range of courses, and all of these courses can develop a range of careers, everything from business, engineering, technology, construction, media, and many, many more at our Chichester campuses. Our Disruptive Technologies course, again, is one of our brand new courses that we're launching this coming September. And it's all about disruptive technology, and it explores everything related to future technologies, and it brings together all those different elements of science, technology, engineering and maths. It's a bespoke qualification, again, which we've designed with our own kind of in-house experts and local employers. And again, this is something we've done in partnership with the University of Chichester. So this is one we're really excited about. At our other courses in Chichester, if I could have the next slide. Thank you. We've got a really fantastic performing arts department and creative media department at the college, and one of my favourite pictures you'll see on this slide is a group of our HNC acting students and our stage management students, and we take them to Edinburgh. Normally we take them to the Fringe. Unfortunately we weren't able to last year, so this was the year before, and as part of their qualification they have an opportunity to perform at the Fringe. With all of our qualifications, one of our key focuses is always about making sure these students and these young adults are employable. So all of our courses have a real strong focus and a really strong links to employers. If I can have the next slide, thank you. At our Chichester campus as well, we offer 2 of our service industries related courses, and we're really pleased actually, because we weren't sure with the current climate what would happen with these, but despite the impact of the pandemic and the impact it has had on these 2 particular industries, we're still receiving applications for our hospitality and travel and tourism courses. So we're really hopeful that there is a positive sign, and hopefully when things start to reopen, there'll be lots of great opportunities for our students who are studying these courses. Our Crawley campus offers a wide range of HE courses as well. Our H&D business and our media courses are also taught at Chichester and our Crawley campus, and we've got a really successful programme in early years and a BA top-up in childhood studies. These are really popular courses with people who are already working in early years settings, and these particular courses are validated by the University of Chichester. We're really excited because at our Crawley campus, we are opening a brand new multi-million-pound STEM centre this year, and will mean that we've got some of the best facilities in the region for studying IT, creative media and engineering. As we all know, there's a skills shortage within the STEM industries, and people with level 4 and level 5 qualifications are in really high demand. I actually spoke to one of my colleagues who's based at Crawley today, and he was really excited because he said that he was seeing chairs being brought into the new building. So that's a really good sign that things are on track to, things are on track for our new building to be opened. At our Worthing campus, we offer one particular HE course, and because of our really successful sports programme at this campus, we work in partnership with the University of Chichester again to offer a foundation degree in sports, health and exercise science here. One of the great things about this programme is students have an opportunity to take part in a 10-week work-based programme, and they get to work with our sports academy on campus, and they also get to work with employers. One of the great things about this is that during their 2 years studying their foundation degree, they can look at all their different options, and in their final year, if they want to progress to a full degree and they want to go on to the Chichester University programmes or onto a different programme at another university, they can then specialise. So this is a really great stepping stone for those students. It's not too late to apply for all of our courses that start in this September. Because our classes tend to be smaller, we're able to accept applications all year. Again, this is something that we're trying to raise awareness of. Often students and parents think if they miss that January deadline, they have to wait till the following year. So we're working hard again to try and raise awareness that we can take applications throughout the year. It can be a bit of a minefield sometimes when you're applying via UCAS. So again, similar to student finance, we're more than happy to provide any support we can with this. And we've got a brilliant Progression Plus team that I know lots of you will liaise with. So we can, again, provide one-to-one support, or we can put on some dedicated workshops for you. We actually held a parents and information evening last night, which was recorded. So that can be shared with you as well. So you're very welcome to share that with your parents and your own students. All of our courses are listed on UCAS and on each of our campus websites. And I know I've seen that the team behind the scenes have popped a copy of the prospectus in the chat. So you can look at lots more detail about the individual courses. But again, if you've got a particular question about a particular course, you're more than welcome to pop it in the chat now, or we can talk afterwards, or we can arrange to contact you separately and give you a little bit more detail about a particular programme that interests you. We are running a HE week this week, and we've got some great recordings that we're excited to be able to share with you. So one of our kind of real passions of all of our HE students is to ensure they either go on to further study or graduate level employment. And this is only possible if we obviously work really well and closely with employers. So we've had some great industry talks this week where students have had an opportunity to listen to and talk to and ask questions to graduates in the local area. So hopefully, possibly Friday afternoon, we'll have all the recordings ready and we'll be able to send them out to you. I'm not sure at this stage, Rachel, is there any questions at this stage?
Yes, we do have some questions. So one question is there student accommodation available at all campuses for those in HE courses?
Not at all of our campuses, unfortunately. At our Chichester campus, we have extensive accommodation available, both on campus and off campus. So some of our HE students do either live in halls on site or live some of our shared accommodation off site, but unfortunately the other campuses don't have accommodation at this moment in time.
Thanks, Leanne. We've got another one here saying, do you provide any specialist workshops for schools?
We'd love to do that for you. So again, because we're quite a small provision, and we are able to offer bespoke programs, so there are things we can offer in general. So we'd be more than happy to come and do assemblies or workshops on things related in general to higher education. So whether that's the benefits of higher education or how to apply or information on what we offer, but we can certainly run some bespoke workshops for you. So we could work closely with a curriculum area for you and put something on that met the need within your particular curriculum area. Yeah, we'd love to do that for you.
Great.
Can I just sorry, can I just add there as well? Part of my team, I work with the UniConnect team. We're a widening participation college, so it could just be that we could work with some of the schools to do some bespoke activities with underrepresented groups to encourage them into higher education. So if that's something that you think we might be able to do, please get in touch, because we're always open to suggestions on obviously how we can attract underrepresented groups into higher education.
Yeah, that's great. And of course, your email addresses will be at the end of this presentation, but any school contacts for myself, Sharon or Holly, you can email us as well, because we work closely with the HE team. So either way, we'll work to get in contact with us. But if you have anything in mind, basically just do it. Is that right, Leanne?
Yes, definitely. We're up for most things. So if we can do it, we'll certainly try our best to make sure we can make it happen. So something that we're working on at the moment, someone in particular has asked for some training on CAD. So we're working with our engineering teaching team to put together something for them. So yeah, so definitely, and just ask.
Great. So we've got a question here saying, do students still get maintenance loans if they study HE in a college setting?
Yes, they can still access exactly the same financial support. This is part of my responsibility is to go out and talk to our own students. And this is often a common question. Students often think, well, if I'm not in a uni, how can I get that help? But you can access exactly the same financial support. So you can access the funding for full tuition fees. So you can access a loan to cover the cost of tuition fees and exactly the same access to maintenance grants. We also offer a £500 grant as well. So depending on the student's personal circumstances, we are able to help towards things like, I think Karen mentioned, things like travel, books, resources. So there is some extra support available for them if they come to us.
That's great. We've got one here saying, would you say these courses have more enrichment opportunities as the classes are on a smaller scale?
Do you want me to take that one, Leanne? Yeah, we definitely do. So just to give you sort of a couple of examples, on the early years course that we run at Crawley, they run sort of beach schools and forest schools. On all our courses, we have speakers that come in from industry. I mentioned earlier on about most of our lecturers are very experienced within the industry in the curriculum area that they teach. So we can make sure that they bring in real life examples. We use real life case studies. Quite a lot of our courses, because of the vocational nature of them, there's a work experience element in there. And we also have, which Leanne's worked really hard to develop, a graduate attributes programme. So all of our students can access a programme which develops their academic study skills as well as their transferable employability skills. So we're not only about developing, them as academics, we're actually about developing them as rounded students that are employable.
That's great.
So Leanne, I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
I think really the only thing to add really is alongside that development programme, something that we offer the students and we work really hard with local employers to make happen is something called development centres. So as Karen said, what I always say to the students, our ultimate goal isn't to make you the most academic student there is. We'll help improve your academic skills, but ultimately we want you to go on to further study and then employment, or leave us and go on into employment. So we spend a lot of time working on their employability skills, and as part of the development centre, we run a day-long session where we liaise and we work closely with an employer, and we put on a range of activities to assess those industry-related skills, and it's similar to what you do if you were doing a mock assessment centre. So they take part in lots of activities. So one we've done recently was with the RSPCA, and we've got one coming up soon with South Downs Leisure for our sports students, and we're working with a local computer company for our computing students. And on the back of these days, they have an opportunity to get some really good feedback from the employers, and then go away and work on those skills they need to develop. But for some of the days, it can also lead to employment. So with the computing one we've got coming up at the end of March, the company we're working with actively want to take on one of our students. So although some of the students will be using it as a practice, maybe they're going on to do a top-up, some of them will be kind of fighting for that real job that exists. So yeah, that's something we work really closely with employers on. It's really important for us to make the students as employable as possible.
Just following on from that one as well, we do have a question from Sue here, and she would like to know, for your HND, HNCs and the foundation degrees, does the student need a work placement to be able to start the course?
No, they don't need to actually be in employment. We do like students to have some sort of work experience. Maybe they've got a part-time job. It doesn't have to be related to their subject, but it allows them to then develop those employability skills that we're encouraging them at the college. And we do have a team. So if there is a work experience element in the course, we've got a team of staff that can actually support students in the curriculum areas to get that work experience. And obviously, as an apprenticeship provider, we have a huge database of employers that we already work with. So we have got support available there, A, for work experience, but also B, for, as Leanne's mentioned a couple of times, progression into highly skilled employment.
That's great. Thank you. We've got another question here saying, do you think there'll be an influx of students wanting to stay local in the current climate? Will this impact the amount of courses provided by the campus?
Well, we're hoping that there will be an influx of students. No, it won't. The courses that we will run most of the courses. The only time we wouldn't run a course is if there were insufficient students that had applied for it, which is obviously a very rare occurrence. But we will be still offering the courses that we've mentioned. We won't be closing any courses. Obviously, it may just mean that we've got more students in the classroom, but sometimes that's really beneficial because the students really gain experience from talking to and engaging with other students.
Mm-hmm. That's great, thank you. We have a couple more questions here. So following on from, can you provide the schools with any workshops? Someone's asked here, are you able to attend things like parents' evenings or information evenings or anything like that?
Yes, again, we can certainly help with that. That's something we've done in the past for schools as well. So we can come to general careers events, but if you're holding particular things that are related to HE, again, we're more than happy to come to those. Yes, so that's something we can definitely arrange. And you're more than welcome to contact Rachel, Holly or Sharon, and they can liaise with us, or you can contact us directly and we can talk to the teams.
That's great. Another question we have here is, can you support the students with the process of applying through UCAS? Like, do you have any workshops specifically with that, or can they come to the Progression Plus team?
Yes, to both of those. So we've got, they can either come into us. So a student doesn't need to study with us to access the support, which again, not all staff are aware of. So we can arrange one-to-one support for that application process, or again, we can come in and do workshops for you for whole classes, or we could deliver information to parents. The event we did last night actually was really aimed at parents, so they would have a really good understanding of the process themselves and the support available, so they can work with their own young people to make sure that they're able to complete those applications. So yeah, more than happy to support with those.
That's great, thank you. Another question we have here is, obviously I know throughout the PowerPoint you've made some really good points, such as like with the fees, that they're cheaper. That is a really good benefit of coming to us, but can you just expand a little bit on what are the other benefits of coming to us rather than going to another university?
Okay, I'll answer that one then. I have to say that the feedback that we get from our students on the National Student Survey, we are all on most of the things like quality of teaching and learning, we're above national benchmarks, which for a reasonably small provider or comparatively small provider is really, really excellent. But also I mentioned about our teachers being sort of industry experts, so they can bring this sort of real life element to the courses, and I have to say that our teachers are really passionate, and you know, that is one of the things that really comes across when I'm responsible for doing lesson observations, and I talk to the students while I'm doing lesson observations, and we get really positive feedback and comments. And even through the pandemic, when we were doing remote learning, the feedback that we've got, because we tried to sort of shadow our normal timetables and we were providing a lot of support for our students, the students really appreciate it. And I think if you get the opportunity to have a look at the video that some of our students, or we've talked to students, or students are talking about their courses, that is what really comes across, is the supportive staff and how we are a family at the college.
That's great. So that is all the questions that we have for today. So I don't know if you have anything else you might want to tell anyone else, but I'll hand it back over to you guys.
Thanks, Rachel. Okay, so I'd just like to say a huge thank you for taking the time out to listen to us. And as we've sort of mentioned throughout the presentation, if you've got any questions or queries, you've got any suggestions on how we might be able to support you, how the school liaison team may be able to come into the schools to support your students, any further advice that you want about any of our courses, just feel free to either contact one of the school liaison staff that perhaps you work with already, or just drop Leanne or myself an email, and we'll make sure that you get a response.